Alright, welcome back gamers. I'm Daniel, and then there was Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Game developed by Remedy, creators of the whole Alan Wake series, which I have played since the day the first episodes were released. It has recently been ported to the PC within the last couple weeks. I think it's sitting on Steam for $30. Highly recommend the original game. The story is phenomenal, and I greatly enjoyed it as well, the gameplay and musical score that came with it. But today we're talking about the next installment in full-fledged Xbox Live Arcade DLC release, American Nightmare. I have played through the first 10 minutes of the game and will do so again to go over the unchanged Alan Wake basics and the new story that goes along with this episode. Alan Wake is a writer who gets dragged into a nightmarish world of his own creation, writing his way through his own story to survive and attempt to escape whilst trying to save his wife. Wielding the unique weapon of a flashlight combined with guns and other harmful weapons to fight away the darkness, aka maybe some flashbang grenades, or road flares even. But that being the original story coming up to American Nightmare. The episode basing itself on a body double of Alan Wake calling himself Mr. Scratch. Alan becomes trapped in yet another story and TV show that got his starting as a writer, Night Springs. He has to fight his way through the everlasting darkness, trying to take hold of him and destroy him. Amazing story, though I don't have all praise for this release as it may seem. While this story is awesome and have enjoyed it thoroughly, American Nightmare as this far has yet to pull me in like the original game did right away. But enough with my babbling. I can show you as I play and explain the game itself. Before I start, just to go over, there are actually two modes to this. They added in a mode on American Nightmare, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a horde mode, like from Gears of War. You get 10 to 12 minutes. You got to survive waves upon waves of enemies that get progressively harder, and you got to fight till the break of dawn, where the sun comes up, and then you don't have to worry about the darkness for till the next night. But it's 10 to 12 minutes of action. I can't remember if it's 10 or 12 minutes. That's why I say 10 or 12. But it's a lot of fun. I did play with that, and it actually does get pretty difficult. But today we're just going to take a look at the story mode because the little wave of enemies thing is pretty self-explanatory. So, yes, up on my hard drive. Yes, I know. Thank you. If you ever pick up the first game and you haven't played it, definitely pick up the first one before playing this, because there's going to be a lot of stuff you won't understand. There's a lot of stuff in the first game I still don't understand, because it's a very mind-screwing story. But Barry Wheeler is Alan Wake's agent, and he's hilarious. One thing they added into this game is they did a lot of live-action cutscenes with the real actors and that. They had a little bit of it in the first game with like TVs and stuff. You'd watch TVs and you'd show himself fighting with himself, with his sanity.
He is chasing a dangerous quarry, the Herald of Darkness. His evil doppelganger, known only as Mr. Scratch.
Catch you eventually!
Maybe. But what are you gonna do then? By then, I'll have my hands on everything you love.
Now, first of all, the first thing I'm having issues with on this as base to the original Alan Wake is the acting, the voice acting. Some of the voices aren't well... Not that they're not thought up, but they seemed overacted and cheesy at times. Even though I've only played 10 minutes, there's a couple, like just the beginning narration voice didn't really pull me in that much. He was kind of meh. But then there's a chick later on that you meet here in the first few minutes that she is I don't know. The voice just doesn't fit. And, well, it fits, but she's not. It seems too cheesy and overacted. Here's your first weapon. The standard weapon of Alan Wake is his flashlight. Things come into the game via maybe these possessed items or an enemy itself wielding a weapon. You have to shine the light upon them and it burns away the darkness, which then enables you to actually kill them with another weapon. The flashlight just gets rid of the darkness, which protects them from any harm. You can jump, you can dodge, sprint, all the fun standard stuff of a third-person action. But like here, I'll show you. You can use the left trigger to basically, it's like you're aiming, or it also powers up the flashlight to make it burn away the darkness faster. But then you also run out of battery power. Battery power slowly does recharge, but you can also pick up batteries later that you can instant put into the flashlight, so it recharges the energy instantly. See, and then they just burn away into light. The first game plays exactly the same way. None of the controls have changed via the Xbox. I don't know when or if this one in specific will ever go to PC, but right now it's on Xbox Live Arcade for 1,200 Microsoft points. And I'm only stopping periodically, so if somebody starts talking, you can actually hear it.
The lights of the motel promise safety. The man senses that the solution to his predicament begins there.
See, like, the first game, when it portrayed the voices, did it just perfectly. Like, it was more poetic in a way. Like, if you ever played the original Max Payne, how everything he said just went together, sounded really good, it was dramatic. The first game had all that, and this game, all the lines don't seem as well put together as the original. Though I'm still loving this game, it's just there's a few issues that aren't catching me like the first game did. And now I get to run to the hotel, run away from the darkness. But you can use items like this to explode things in the light, and it'll instant kill enemies or burn the darkness away instantly. In the first game, you are able to hop into vehicles, certain ones that are working, and use them to drive around. You could actually use it to fight enemies with the headlights. And then there were the big lampposts. They heal your health and also protect you from the other darkness, but they do usually dim out after you use them once. Some don't, but a lot do. Here's another thing they've actually added into American Nightmare is ammo cases you can purchase by picking up manuscript pages. Manuscript pages are pieces of the story that Alan Wake has written to tell the story and help get him out of the nightmare. Remember right? Okay. Flares. Yeah, you can use flares if you're getting overwhelmed. They're a good weapon to just instant pop, and it'll clear the area out. They'll back up, and it'll give you some room to work with for a few seconds until the flare goes out. I think it only lasts about 5 seconds, 5-6 seconds, and then the flare goes out.
Hello.
Yeah, this is the first chick that you meet up with. As far as the story goes, I don't want to take too much of the story from you. I don't want to run through too much because, honestly, I don't want to do that to anyone because Alan Wake is an amazing story. I would love to have you guys play it for yourself and see it. I know I'm a little more adamant about this than the past videos I've done, but I know the story well, and I believe people should play this story out for themselves. But this gives you the basics of it. I know this is going to be a quicker video than normal, but as far as it goes,
There are these really creepy guys hanging around the oil derricks.
Sorry, just letting her
Something
speak.
really
But
weird about
the voice acting is not there. The game is there. The combat is awesome. I've always liked the way the game plays. Voice acting just not there. I like that they kept the same basic setup, added a couple new things. The waves of enemies, the horde type mode is great. Fighting through waves of mobs for 10 to 12 minutes and then restarting, trying to get a better score, playing it on a harder difficulty is awesome. But for now, this has been Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't forget to subscribe.